Hey, Amaree, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Some of your classmates were able to come in earlier in the year, but you and some of these other guys had to come this summer. What were you doing in that meantime to kind of prepare for this, and how's it been since you've been here?
As some of you guys may know, like I reclassed, so I came from a 2025 class. It really just came down to just getting academic work done. Skipping a grade, it's a lot. So getting a year's worth of, class work done in 4 months. It's hard work. So really just that. But even with that time off from not being here, I feel like I didn't lose anything. I didn't get a setback because I was still working.
Amaree, tell us about where you at as far as weight-wise. Coming in, you were like around 200. Where you at now as far as weight, or what is the goal of what weight goal are you trying to reach?
So right now I weigh like 220, 225. I tend to fluctuate between that. But the end goal is to be around like 230, going into the season. So then I have an opportunity, at least produce on the field.
I feel like the Florida State thing came together for you kind of along the same lines of the reclassification. I guess how did those go hand in hand at all? And I guess what was their motivation to get here sooner? And was that maybe part of the decision to force in that classwork like you did?
Honestly, I felt like with the reclass process, that was in the back of my mind. I knew that my body was, physically able to withhold what's coming for me in college. But it's hard. I got guys like Kyle, Brian at the tight end position, and then, Marvin Harrison and all of them Marvin Jones, my fault, at the edge position. But, just trying to replicate what they're doing, get my body type to look like what theirs does. And, they knew I had it in me, so never hold me back.
You got one on Zoom here. Do you still intend to try to play tight end in addition to playing on the edge?
That's actually like one thing that I don't think has been released to like the media yet, but I will have more of an impact on the tight end side. Just right now, as you guys know from like my previous remark, my weight, I could definitely produce at the tight end position. Where at edge I would have to be 250, 240, and Coach Norvell, we've talked about it. He knows like I'm an athlete. I could produce on both sides of the field, so he wants to get me on the field as soon as possible.
Just to follow up on the reclassification thing, was that like a conversation you had with your high school coach? Was it talking to people around the college game, talking to your parents, and then, what sort of steps have to be made to, at that part of your high school career to get enough credits to be able to get to college now?
It was, like I said, it was definitely hard. Just every day, just going home, just literally just logging into the computer, just getting the work done. But as far as the decision to reclass, I talked to everybody, family, friends, coaches, and everybody believed I was able to do it. So I felt like there was no reason for me to stay and end up, potentially getting honestly injured at high school. So I felt like it was just the best thing for me.
So was Coach Thompson part of your recruiting process also, or who did you mostly talk to?
Yes, sir. Through the recruiting process, it was majority Coach JP, but Coach Thompson was definitely a big factor in my recruitment too. It was never one side. They were never going to hold a grudge on me to just play one side. Coach Norvell has said it since day one that he leaves it open for me to play, whatever I want to play, whatever my body forms into. So just that.
Reclassifying and been learning, I guess, on both sides of the ball feels like a lot to throw on you right away. I guess how do you balance that going into your first season?
So my first few weeks, it was a lot of offense and defense, just going to both meetings. But once again, with Coach Norvell, he had a meeting with me, and he was like, he was like, he doesn't want me to be a jack of all and a master of none. So he thought it was in best interest to stick to just offense for now, and then still learn defense. Don't get me wrong, But when the time comes, then I'll make that transition over to, edge. But as of now, we're just trying to produce on the field, and I'm just trying to be impactful.
Amaree, how much your dad has really been an impact on you, especially that he's a former NFL player, and how much he helped you throughout the process?
I mean, I would say that's one of my biggest heroes. He's been since day one. He's held me accountable to everything. Not being late. Doing really just the things you don't want to do. It could be on the field. It could be off the field. Just that. Through my recruiting process, he went to the University of Kentucky, but he never not once said that anything he did in his past should never influence my decision to, make my commitment. So honestly, he was happy I came to Florida State. Kentucky fans, if y'all see this, I'm probably not gonna like that, but yeah, but he was 100% for me coming to Florida State, and just that.
Talk to us a little bit about yourself as a tight end and as an edge player. What distinguishes you as a tight end?
I think something that distinguishes me is that, and I'm saying this not to be cocky or anything, but I genuinely think I'm faster than the generic tight end. I feel like I'm twitchier, quicker than the generic tight end. Coming out of high school, I played pretty much wideout, all 4 years. So I'm able to, play tight end at a, effective and really skillful, position. So that, and then on the edge position, just once again, just twitchy, fast, able to, get around, blockers, just everything.
Were other schools as open to you playing both sides of the ball?
Yes, sir. For the most part, honestly, I feel like every school was open for it. I would say that.
Were you around at all to do like informal workouts, 7-on-7 kind of stuff, or run routes with the quarterbacks and the receivers, and just maybe your initial thoughts of the skill position guys here at Florida State?
Initially, no. With reclassing, it was literally like clock in. It was literally like working a 9 to 5, to be honest, with getting the classes done. So I was never able to, work with them. And then I also think it's an NCAA violation too, if I'm not wrong. So, yeah.
Hey, Amaree, you talk about playing on both sides of the football. What's it been like with these guys in the tight end room and then in the defensive line room? Have they kind of embraced you, and, are they challenging you at all? Tight ends, if you line up on defense, are they looking to isolate you maybe, or how's that been for you?
Yeah, 100%. That's the biggest thing with me. I love to be challenged. Even with like DVs, I'll tell them like go hard, like get in my chest. Like if I'm standing up, like get in my chest. Just being held accountable. That's the best thing for you. Like if you're around guys that are gonna be, you get your hands off your hips. Just little things like that, just holding you accountable. That would make character and make you a great player.
Amaree, when you chose FSU, you kind of did it in style with that yard. Who came up with that idea? Was it you, or was it like?
Nah, honestly, I wanted to do something, generic. I was just gonna, a little hat, whatever. My mom was like, "You only commit once." That was all her idea. I was like, I'm not gonna tell her no. Like it's a yacht. So, it was fun. And I had a great time.
With the tight end as it's come together more, I guess, what kind of relationship did you have or have you built with Landon Thomas? I guess how much have y'all talked about it? It seems like there may be an opportunity there to get on the field early if things break right.
Yeah, no, Landon, that's my guy. He's definitely held me accountable. He also is a freshman too, so we're both kind of on the same page as far as like our process going into the season. So me and him just honestly just working. If we see anything, just being kind of like a third-person view, just saying anything that we see, just teaching, coaching each other, mentoring.
Anything else for Amaree?
We're good. Thanks. Sir, all right, thank you.